from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned In Tarot, and we are here to look at the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energy inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our external environment, in our interactions with others. And if we want to see change, we do need to shift and change the energy with inside of self. There's the Wheel of Fortune coming out. We're not ready yet, but I just thought I'd show you that there's abundance and good fortune for you here in the cards, and the Queen of Swords also. So you're able to see it, discern it, and make it happen. Okay, so today I thought it would be cool to do a growth mindset tarot spread. I got this from a blog by Carrie Mallon, and she has a mindset tarot spread for spring or whenever. It's called the Growth Mindset Spread. I really love it. It uses like a tree as the visual. There's the trunk, the weeds, the buds, the branches, the pruning, and the photosynthesis, which is kind of cool. And I thought what we could do is look at your growth mindset in regards to anything in your life. This can be to prosperity. It can be in terms of relationship. And I'm sure the messages will kind of blend together. You should be working on your root chakra right now. The color red is vital at this time. Working on your growth and expansion, your stability, your foundation, all of that. Would be good to work on. So this will be a good reading for that energy. For those of you that are seeking an update about my situation, it is still ongoing. I received an infuriating email from my covert narcissist ex, who is currently the prison guard of my son's life, and I'm really trying to liberate him from this situation. It's causing mental health issues, and it's really very frustrating. Once I get into the state of Massachusetts, I will have access to pro bono legal services, all kinds of things like that. But I have to get there for that to happen. So I'm trying to raise enough money to be able to afford a sublet or an Airbnb for a couple of months while we get situated. My ex is not somebody who negotiates, so I am going to have to take the legal route, which is going to be challenging. Hopefully I will not have a ton of legal expenses, but there is the possibility that I will. So all the donations that you can send, booking readings, booking services, purchasing products on my site, services on my site, really helpful right now. I appreciate those of you who have been stepping up and helping out. It's been so wonderful, and I just feel really supported and loved, and I thank you for that. So without further ado, let's look at the trunk of our growth mindset. What core beliefs should we reevaluate? Now I'm going to use the Ostara Tarot for the divine feminine energy, and we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot for the masculine energy. But let's look at the divine feminine energy first. What core beliefs should divine feminine reevaluate? And for the masculine, what core beliefs should the masculine reevaluate? All right. So for divine feminine, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is the card of independence, single, fabulous, reward, self-indulgence, taking care of yourself. And the divine masculine, we have the Hierophant card, the card of spiritual lessons, tradition, authority, higher level learning, and ascension. So core beliefs for the divine feminine pertaining to her ability to enjoy the fruits of her labor, because this card is all about reward. Feeling like you worked hard and you get rewarded for something. I'm getting a sense that a lot of divine feminine energy in this collective feels, I work hard and I don't see the results. I work hard and I don't get the rewards. So there is a limiting belief right now that you have about your ability to enjoy the rewards of the work that you do, or to be remunerated appropriately for that work. Think of glass ceiling, right? Being able to get paid as much as others who put in less or the same amount of effort as you do. So core beliefs surrounding that. Also being single and free and independent, being able to date and enjoy other relationships outside of this one connection that you may have been trying to make happen that has been resisting you. You need this sense of freedom. You need this sense of being single and being independent to fully enjoy the reward of coming into an actual long-term commitment with someone. There's also something about exploring and taking care of your needs that's important about this energy. A lot of times we resist when the divine masculine has gone through his period of being single and independent and dating and seeing what's out there and getting a sense of what he really wants and what he really needs. But that makes his decision to choose the divine feminine much more powerful because it comes from a place of experience where he knows exactly what he wants, and the divine feminine energy that resonates with him, the one that he chooses, that is absolutely the most clear picture of what he truly desires. Whereas the feminine, being less enthusiastic about going out and exploring, mainly because of being safe and secure in that, historically feminine energy is less secure in being allowed to explore, being independent, going alone. In certain things, there's this need of this protector element that's there. So there is a reason why the feminine resists this energy, but it's really important for you to understand what it is that you want and to explore fulfilling your own needs, taking care of yourself, feeling like you can reward yourself with jewelry or getting your nails done or any number of things that you associate with rewards. It doesn't also have to be like stereotypically feminine rewards. Buying myself video equipment or gear or is how I reward myself, and a lot of times that's looked as like at masculine sort of energy, but it's not. But just giving yourself something, I think, is really important. Being allowed to do that. The masculine energy right now, the core beliefs around this process of ascension, your core beliefs around what it means to be committed. I can see this conflict here, wanting to be single, fearing commitment. There's something going on in that dynamic that's pushing and pulling. So your core beliefs about what it means to be committed to someone, including yourself, what it means to be committed to yourself, committed to do something that you really want to do in this world, committed to building your financial stability, to building your resources. I think there's some things masculine energy finds it easy to commit to, and other things he finds much more challenging. So really looking at those core beliefs. Also, this is your spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, traditional beliefs that you grew up with that are incredibly limiting to a certain extent. So those are some of the beliefs that you both need to reevaluate right now. What needs to be cleared away for the feminine? What needs to be cleared away for the feminine energy? What needs to be cleared away for the feminine energy? Okay. Okay. What needs to be cleared away for the masculine energy? What needs to be cleared away for the masculine energy? All right. A lot of things for the feminine energy needs to be cleared away right now. We have the Hermit, the Empress, the Empress, and the Two of Cups. Very interesting. So there is this sense right now that there is this tendency to feel you have to go it alone. That kind of came out in having this fear of being single and independent. This fear of, like, I have to do everything on my own. I have to make myself beautiful and, powerful and do all of these things in order to attract a relationship. There's something there about this. Or to be able to do the thing that I love. I have to do this alone. In order to embody my Empress energy, I need to prove something, that I can command an empire, that I'm I'm at the top of the world and I did this on my own. But newsflash, there's not a single CEO, there's not a single billionaire who did what they did alone. That's not a thing. You don't have billions of dollars. You don't have an incredible relationship alone. You have, in fact, to have billions of dollars, there are so many people involved in the process of creating that wealth for you. There's very little you do alone at that point. I'm watching Succession right now, obsessed. And I'm like, I'm going to embody this fucking ruthless, badass energy in my life more. In a respectful way, in a less gross way. But I want to have the feeling that I can call somebody and be like, get it done, fuck off, I don't want to hear it, don't give me excuses. Even if I'm just saying that to myself, but really just being like, this person who has people who help them, like, I need a legal team, right? I'm like, I need a legal team. I need to be like, I need this is what I want, get it done. I don't care whose legs you have to break, make it happen. Right? But there's a whole bunch of people involved in helping a person of that level. So getting this out of your mind that you have to be this lone wolf out in the darkness who's like becoming the most beautiful and attractive and just sits there and waits for this prince to come in. No, you have to actually get a whole bunch of pieces and parts moving in order for you to have an empire, in order for you to be in a place where you're ready and open to receive relationships. It's going to require therapists. It's going to require spiritual counselors. It's going to require friends, support network of friends. It's going to require, if it's a financial thing, you're going to need a financial advisor. You're going to need somebody to do your taxes. You're going to be, wealthy people don't do their own taxes. Like, they don't do that. You know why? Because there's people that go to school and learn how to be an expert in that field, and wealthy people hire the best people to do those things for them so that they can have the most time to be the creative moguls that they are. Like, they have all these other things that they have to do. So people who grow wealth and expand wealth, people who have a lot of resources, use those resources wisely, and that's how they increase their resources. And there's a whole team of people behind that. So you need to clear away this idea that you have to do this alone. The other thing is, you are not the only person involved in a relationship. So if you're the only person that's texting, if you're the only person that's doing spell work, if you're the only person that's doing your healing work and your shadow work in order to come into this relationship with someone else, that relationship is just about you then. It's not involving another person. It's just your relationship with your higher self, which is an important component of getting into a state of readiness to receive a relationship. But you absolutely need two people to tango if you want to have two people tangoing. You know what I mean? So let go of that idea that you have to do everything by yourself, Divine Feminine. You don't. You have to feel your independence and allow yourself to experience the rewards of the fruits of your labor. But there's a whole team of people that should be backing you in that process. Divine Masculine, your weeds. We have the 7 of Wands. This is staying in a little protective bubble, keeping your emotions completely protected, not letting them out, not expressing your ideas, but just being defensive, being guarded, not letting people in. And also viewing the feminine energy this way. The only reason you view the feminine energy in a bubble is because you haven't yet been willing to step up and come correct, because she's not sitting here holding her desire to not have you speak to her. She is sitting here protecting herself from being treated with any kind of disrespect. So if you don't know how to be respectful of her boundaries, you can't enter in. Doesn't mean there's no gateway. There's actually a door. You have to knock, you have to call, you have to ask for permission to enter. You have to ask for consent, right? So you need to take away that idea that there's no way to get to this feminine. And you also need to get to the heart of why you're not going, which is that you're trying to protect your feelings, your emotions, yourself from getting hurt. You have to clear that out. All right. What growth is possible for me? This is the buds. What growth is possible for the Divine Feminine? Oh my gosh. And what growth is possible for the Divine Masculine? What growth is possible for the Divine Masculine? Love that. All right. Divine Feminine, what growth is possible for you? We have the Queen of Cups and the 10 of Cups. So what is possible for you is emotional mastery and loving yourself, truly loving yourself all the flaws you have. Think about how you love this other person. Think about all the dumb shit this other person does consistently. Your friends can't even stand this person because you've told them all these stories about this person, and they're just like, oh my God, fuck this person, right? But you love this person even when they fuck up. Why is that? Because the love is unconditional. Why don't you give yourself the same type of a love? The unconditional love. What is wrong with you that you don't deserve that from yourself? When you make a mistake, you berate yourself. You cut yourself off from joy. You harshly judge and harshly criticize yourself. You refuse to allow yourself to enjoy rewards of the fruits of your labor. I read something about if your success is only measured by outcomes, you never feel successful. But if your success is measured by the amount of energy and effort you're currently putting to reach your outcome, then you're almost always successful as long as you are really doing things to try to achieve your goals. So having much more of a sense that simply showing up for yourself every day, and I was saying to myself, nothing can kill me. Like, no matter how much I get kicked in the head, or, somebody tries to keep me down, or I have all these fucking tower moments, it's like I get up and I get up and I get up and I get up. And I can sit here and tell you I'm not a successful person because I don't yet have a lot of money, or I don't have a lot of credit for the work that I do. I'm not publicly recognized for my music, and so I am not successful in the music industry, and I can call bullshit on that. Because success isn't measured by the outcome. It's measured by how I've never given up. I've been knocked down and I get up again, and there's nothing that can keep me down, right? The theme song of my youth. So Divine Feminine, really mastering your self-love is possible for you. You can absolutely get into that place of unconditional love, of really feeling like your bliss and happiness comes from this sense of gratitude for all that you do for yourself. Divine Masculine, what new growth is possible for you? Change. Changing. You've cycled and cycled and cycled and cycled again, repeating these patterns again and again. And all you need to do is change. You just need to change. This next time that you make a choice, that you make a decision, I want you to ask yourself, what did I do last time? How did that go? What can I do this time that will be different than the way that I acted last time? This is where you can grow. No longer cycling over and over again in that wheel. Getting off the wheel and making a change. You can also accept that divine timing really does depend on you following your intuition and inspiration and taking those chances. If you never take any of the chance, you're just stuck on that chances. You're just stuck on that wheel. Branches. What beliefs about myself should I expand this season? So what beliefs, Divine Feminine, should you expand? The Moon. This is your psychic gifts, your telepathic abilities, your dreams and fantasies. I'm hearing dream walker energy. You can grow more and expand more in understanding how powerful you are at creating your reality after the fashion of whatever you fancy. So whatever you dream about, whatever you imagine, you can make that happen in reality. And you should expand that you are connected, that you do have this psychic connection, this sensitivity, these gifts, and this cosmic awareness, and that you have these big dreams and you're able to achieve them. You can definitely expand those beliefs in yourself. Also, you're a deeply emotional and sensitive being, and you can use that for good in your life. Divine Masculine, what beliefs about myself should I expand this season? What branches should I expand, Divine Masculine? Two of Swords. You have the power to take decisive action, to make decisions, to end the standstill that you've been in with your emotions. You've been at this impasse. You haven't wanted to make a choice, but you do have the power to make decisions. Every decision you make is the right decision because you can't get it wrong and you'll never get it done. If you make a decision that takes you in a direction that you were not wanting to go initially, it's the right decision because it took you where you needed to go in order to get where you want to be. So really believing that you can break this standstill, you can make a good choice or a good decision. You can go within and trust yourself and not listen to those outside voices that are really kind of keeping you stuck in one place. Pruning. What beliefs should the divine feminine release? What beliefs should the divine feminine release? I'm not enough, and I have to wait forever. This is the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. This is also being in the cage of that twin flame dynamic of like, you know, I'm never gonna get an offer. That person is never gonna give me what I desire. I've asked for something, I'm never gonna see it in the material. I am not good enough to have what I've asked for. You need to get rid of those beliefs. And to a certain extent, twin flame dynamics in general, I think listening to a lot of twin flame stuff is not that helpful. It does keep us stuck in those cycles and patterns with one person. There's a lot of people on the earth, not just one person that you're meant to experience all of your dreams with. So really releasing that belief. Divine masculine, what belief should you release? What belief should you release? What belief should you release? You care so much about what other people think. You care about your money. You care about the material so much. You cling to the material and your finances as this symbol of success in the world, and it's not. There's really rotten people that are incredibly successful in their finances and have no joy in their life and have no fulfillment, no bliss, no love. That is not success. Success is not just money or things. You know that. So letting go of that clinging energy that you have to how important the material is or what other people think of you. You also need to release this belief that the divine feminine is going to hold on to you forever. Because she literally cannot do that physically. She literally cannot do that. There will be a time when that feminine energy that's embodied inside of a human is going to pass into a new incarnation, and that body, that physical body, isn't going to hold this connection with you anymore. There'll be a spiritual, eternal connection, but that's always been there. So you have to release this idea that she's just going to hold on forever no matter what you do or where you go. So the final question, or the final position rather, is photosynthesis. And where is transformation possible? So where is transformation possible? For the divine feminine, we're seeing that transformation is possible in regards to communication, heart-centered communication. This is a hawk. So seeing the big picture, soaring over and being able to see everything and hone in on something specific. So maybe finally getting to whatever it is inside of you that has kind of made communication difficult. So either expressing yourself or the idea that others don't express themselves to you is really important. So there's transformation about this no communication situation, or not being able to move full speed ahead if it's a financial thing, like this feeling of things moving so slowly, things like picking up speed. I do think that you can move faster in regards to your finances, or hone in exactly on what's blocking communication for you. There's transformation that is possible there. For divine masculine, where is transformation possible for the divine masculine? King of Pentacles energy. This is worthiness, protector, provider energy, loyalty, being able to fully commit in that husband role, husband, father, committed, and loyal. Worthiness is just a huge thing. Really feeling worthy of loyalty and commitment, of the wealth that you have. Sometimes people have wealth and don't feel worthy of it. So really feeling worthy of all that you have and feeling appreciation for everything that you have. Feeling capable and able to take on responsibilities. And again, being able to have public recognition, but not needing it and not being swayed by it is a big thing that I'm seeing. All right, let's pull some final oracles for some insight. What does the Divine Feminine need to know today from the Prism Oracle? And the Divine Masculine. Divine Feminine, we're getting hunger, surrender, and creativity. So my big message for you is you've been feeling hungry. You've been feeling hungry for that wealth, hungry for that. I just heard recognition also. Hungry to finally be satiated, be filled up. And then we're seeing the surrender and the creativity. Surrender for me is not holding on to that thing that we're so hungry for. Understanding that there is this sense that there is this void that you need to have filled, but the void is filled by your connection to spirit. And you explore that connection to spirit through your creativity, through your inspiration, through what makes you feel passionate, what makes you feel hungry. It's actually going and doing the things that makes you feel satiated. So surrendering to whatever creative endeavor you have and believing that that is what's going to make this hunger go away. Not another person, not financial remuneration, but actually just being creative, making the life that you have truly an artistic expression, I think is very important for you. Divine Masculine, protection is coming up for you. There is this sense that your issues have a lot to do with security, insecurity, and security. A lot of times you protect the feminine energy by not going after her. And it's, you're like, well, I'm protecting her from myself, but you're not. You're protecting yourself from having what you desire. That is the only thing that's being protected here. You are divinely protected, and so is the Divine Feminine. You don't need to lock down your feelings or lock yourself out of your emotions so that you will be safe. That is not a safe thing to do. That is actually very dangerous for you, because if you stay in that energy for a long time, you're going to lose yourself completely. The Iroquois believed that if you didn't follow your dreams, you would turn into a zombie. So you have to follow your dreams. You have to follow your heart, or you will lose yourself. Advice for the Divine Feminine from Island Time Wellness is sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. This is Hammer. Sometimes I think you spend so much time repairing, rebuilding, working on yourself that you forget to live. It's a way to protect yourself, just like that masculine energy was doing, by constantly interrogating yourself, repeating the same questions. I mean, how many times do people ask, like, when is my ex coming back? When is my ex coming back? When is my ex coming back? It's literally, if you look at my medium chat questions, it's probably every other question. When is my ex coming back? Constantly asking that question over and over and over and over and over and over, which, of course, if you're constantly in this state of questioning when something is going to happen, it means you don't believe it is going to happen. When you're constantly repeating the same thing over and over again, persistently, you are not allowing for the solution to present itself. If you're always working on it, you're not enjoying it. So there's some things there that you really need to shift. You are not broken. You're hurting yourself by thinking that you're always broken and need fixing, need to work on yourself. You don't. You're good. Like, you're so good. I don't know how to tell you. We're always a work in progress, but because we're a work in progress doesn't mean we can't have that Nine of Pentacles, that joy that we're seeking, that reward for the work that we've done. Divine Masculine, Twin Flame, Yin Yang, Zen, Balance, Union, Duality, Coupling, complementing each other. Divine Masculine, you know that there is someone who balances your energy. You want to be in union with this person. They present to you this duality. You have had to go inside and understand, but you know that you complement this person. You know that you have this burning desire for them and they for you. And it is really time for you to come into union with that person that you desire. This can also be something in your life that you desire too. Not just a person, but something that you have this burning desire to do, a calling, something that complements you, that once you allow it in your life brings you into balance, a passion. That's your soul calling, and you need to go after that. So I'm going to pull one spirit animal for both masculine and feminine energy. Rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time. We also had that Wheel of Fortune today, and it's the spring, and rabbits are important. So I think that this timing right now is very significant for both of you in terms of your growth mindset. A sunny meadow calls, and rabbit spirit appears to lead you out of your dark warren and into the light so that you can participate in a fertile and beautiful experience. It may seem safe below ground, but the magic happens when you come out and take the risk of being vulnerable and co-creating something new. You are being invited into a new life that you have no experience with, but have no fear. Today is also a time to be fruitful and productive as you enjoy rabbit spirit's sunny and prolific energy. At this time, whatever you intend to bring to life will find fertile ground. There are no mistakes, really, when you are co-creating with spirit. So let new ideas spring to the surface, knowing that now is a lucky time of tremendous possibility. I can't make this shit up. Okay, let's get you a Wisdom of the Oracle card for the both of you. Advice for masculine and feminine during this beautiful springtime where things are blossoming and changing. I just can't even explain to you how infuriating that email was and how powerless it made me feel initially last night, and how in the past I would have not gotten up and done my work today. I would have been completely without any hope and going into a terrible depression. And instead I hit the ground running today, fully embraced Aries season, put on red to help heal my root chakra, and I'm fucking killing it. And you can do it too. You can absolutely do it too. So whatever is going on in your life, just look at it. Look at it. Ask yourself, if I was a billionaire and had a team of people who could work on this, what would I say to them? And then I want you to just pretend, literally get on your phone and be like, hi, I need so-and-so to do such and such right now. No excuses. I believe in you. That's why I hire you. That's why I paid you. You can do it. I mean, just pretend to be that energy today. It's gonna work miracles for you. All that glitters. This is the protection message that's coming out for divine masculine and feminine right now. We're seeing these masks here. It is number 16. This is a signal to walk away from what you're contemplating. There is a thin veneer of glitter and sparkle that masks something rotten underneath. Pursuing it will only bring about a difficult situation you will be sorry you got yourself into. Stay away. Isn't it wonderful how Spirit protects you? Better things await. So right now you've got your eyes on something that's sparkly, something that's distracting you. But it is distracting you from what is truly going to fill you up, what is truly going to make you feel good. So take your eyes off of that prize. Revert back to your dreams, like what you really, really want to do and be. And go to the core or the essence of them. For instance, if I want to be a rock star, which is something that I have often wanted to be since I was little, there is a glitzy version of that. There is a glamorous, very thin, kind of rotten version of that. And then there's the heart of what that is. A rock star is somebody who has a rebellious nature, doesn't do things the way that everybody expects them to do, is artistic and expressive, without apology, totally unapologetically, authentically expressive in an artistic manner, treats their life like their art, dresses as like, in an artistic manner, like, because they're trying to be authentically themselves, doesn't give a fuck about what other people think. Like, that's the epitome too of rock. Like, doesn't fucking care what a bunch of people think about them. Now, when it's the glitzy, rotten version of it, it's somebody who's very consumed with what everybody thinks about them, right? But that's the thin veneer. That's the sparkle or the glitter that isn't really going to pay off, isn't going to be satiating. Is acknowledged and given credit for their genius, which is something that is important. And you don't necessarily have to get acknowledged and credit from about your genius from everyone outside of self, but yourself. You have to know your artistic expression is genius. The way that you decide to be authentically you is a gift, and you have to acknowledge that. So those are all aspects of the way that I would perceive a rock star to be, like the essential components. So look past that thin veneer, the money and the glitz and the glamour and the drugs and the sex and all that shit. Look past that into what really is at the heart of being a rock star. It's also somebody who stirs people up socially, causes them to look at things in a different way. So whatever your dream is, you got to break it down to its essence, and stop focusing on the outside aspects of it that are just the mask that it wears, the sparkle, because there's a lot more that's in there. All right, I'm going to get a self-care card for the masculine and feminine energy so that you each have a homework assignment, or rather that you have a homework assignment for each part of yourself. So for the feminine side of self, your homework today, and the masculine side of self, your homework. What's masculine's homework today? Beautiful. Okay. Feminine side of self, you are being told to connect with the earth. This is a struggle for me. I don't know why, but it is. Your mantra is, I am one with the earth. Immerse yourself in Mother Nature's medicine by walking on the grass, feeling her raindrops, touching the snow, swimming in her waters, or sniffing her flowers. Spending time outdoors is wonderful for your body and spirit, so get outside. Take a hike at sunrise or sunset, head to the beach for the day, go on a bike ride, or work in your garden. Just get some air and be grateful for all that nature provides for us. If there's an unexplored outdoor activity that you feel a connection with, think about how you can manifest that experience. Do what you can to get outside for at least 15 minutes every day so you can enjoy the fresh air and tune into the beauty of your natural surroundings. This journal prompt for you today is, what local nature spot have you meant to go but have not yet made the time to visit? What has been holding you back? So that's your journal prompt for today. Divine Masculine, you are getting positive affirmations. Number 41. So this is your homework. Your mantra is, I speak to myself with love and compassion and extend it to all those I meet. Love yourself and speak to yourself as if you are the love of your life. Write yourself a love letter. Witness your beauty in the mirror and acknowledge it aloud, or take note of positive compliments you've received in recent times. Use these beautiful words to create affirmations that support and uplift you. Make speaking to yourself with love a daily practice. This practice requires a deep level of compassion for yourself, and keeping your internal dialogue positive can be challenging at times. Set up your phone background with a positive quote or an inspirational message. Write empowering statements on sticky notes and put them around your house. Before you know it, everything around you will be reflecting this positive vibration. Say sweet things to others. Share heartfelt compliments with your friends and family. As you infuse yourself with love through positive affirmations, you radiate positivity out into the world and receive more love and positivity in return. Your journal prompt is, what thought patterns are preventing you from being positive at all times when speaking to yourselves? Wow. All right. That is my advice for you today. Thank you so much for being here with me. I will see you tomorrow. I am supposed to be traveling soon. It's a shit show. It's very expensive to stay in a hotel. That's my first hurdle that I'm needing to overcome, because I would like to actually just get a place to stay for longer term than just a few days. And I'm trying to make the most of the money that I do have, and hoping that a lot more comes in, because if a lot more comes in, I will have a lot more options. The average cost right now of staying in a place for a month is over $2,000 if it's like Airbnb or a sublet. It is fucking crazy. So if you can help me, please do. I would like to be able to tell my son that we have a place to stay together as soon as we can, that we can put in the emergency temporary modification for custody, for full custody. It's going to be a battle. So I do need as much support as you can offer at this time. Thank you so very much for being here with me, and I will see you tomorrow for the love reading, Friday's beautiful love reading. And again, this weekend, I shall be going live with Luna. We didn't quite make the morning one on Saturday. We went in the evening instead, but hopefully we will be going in the morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. So we will see you then. Take care.